Why is this always a new thing for me every time? There we go. Epic. It's not so bad. Boom. All right, what's up, everybody? Here we are in the live. We're hanging out in my shop. We got 40-mile-an-hour gusts going on outside, and totally wearing one of Tucker Gott's new epic shirts too, by the way, which I would love to talk about. His epic new giveaway that he's doing. I cannot believe he's giving away an electric paramotor. And all you have to do is go on his web store and spend $5 to get the chance to win. I think that's really epic, and I bet you it's going to definitely go to a paramotor pilot instead of a newbie pilot, you would think, for sure. What was that about? But yeah, so it's Happy Friday. I wanted to hop on this live, see if anybody actually comes on and joins us for this epic video that we're trying to make. And I'm hoping that a couple other pilots come on here that are from Kentucky, because I have a couple people from my TikTok that have been asking me about where they should get training at. They live in Kentucky, and it'd be cool to ask a couple other guys on here that have came on, Paul and Tim and other pilots like that. But yeah, so we're just here hanging out in the shop. Like I said, it's 40-mile-an-hour gusting. We got one of Tucker Gott's new epic t-shirts on right now. We got the epic Paramotor Sky Max Life back here, which are looking really nice and clean right now, which is epic. But, like I said, I've been trying to get really on these lives a little bit more to be able to reach out to you guys, the viewers, the people that are subscribed to the channel. I would love to be interacting more with you guys, seeing what you guys actually like about my videos, seeing what you guys want to see more of, and things of that nature. But yeah, we actually we took out the street rod today. It was a good car ride. Like I said, it was way too high to be going out to even be kiting. The highest kiting winds that I've actually ever been in was about 25-mile-an-hour gusting, and that's pretty hectic. I've actually been picked up and thrown to the ground pretty violently in winds like that, and so I will never realistically push it over 25 mile an hour. Yo, what's up, man? I'm happy that you're on the live, dude. Yeah, dude, it's so bad winds, man. It's actually a shame, but at least it's nice and sunny out right now. But I took the hot rod out. I got it out of the garage. I went for a good run. Yeah, dude, Sunday does look good, but you know what's crazy about my Sunday is that, which isn't anything bad, I'm going to hang out with probably a lot of my friends that don't fly, and we're supposed to go to a winery down here in Cape May. I don't know if you've ever been out to Cape May or not, but so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go flying in the morning, obviously, and then from probably lunchtime to the rest of the afternoon, I'm probably going to be hanging out at the winery, which I'm not against. I love going out and seeing live bands play. I grew up watching my dad always play out all the time, so I actually really enjoy going out and watching bands play. So I am looking forward to Sunday hanging out with my friends and seeing the band play. So I'm going to aim for Sunday morning for sure. So, oh wow, no kidding. Yeah, where are you at again? I'm drawing a blank where you're at. Are you close by from me? Oh, yeah, that's right. So you're in Virginia then, right? That's Virginia? Ah, nice, man. Dude, that's epic. So what are you up to, man? What do you got going on today? So you got 40-mile-an-hour gusting over there too? But dude, it poured down rain this morning violently here. I was over on one of the islands trying to do a job, and we all got raced off the job trying to build this little mini, we call them landings when they're like a miniature deck that's like under 4x4 feet, with a set of steps and a rail. And man, we couldn't even actually get started. It was pretty terrible. We actually had no way of hooking up electric at first, and then it started to rain. Wow, it was that bad. Yeah, it's funny. My girlfriend, Lori, I always fall asleep like no problem, like really early. And she was up, and she even said to me this morning, she's like, "Did you not hear the crazy winds and the rain?" And I was like, "No, I guess I slept through it." And she said, "Clearly." She was like, "It was crazy." She's like, "I thought the shingles were gonna flow off the roof," and I didn't hear any of it. I actually As she says, I sleep like a baby. I actually pass right out sometimes. I can't help it. It's like I'm so overly excited all day, every day that like by the time like it's dark and not much longer after that, I can't stay up. I normally go right to bed. And you know, it's funny too. I try to do like a lot of video editing at right before nighttime because I know I'm about to get super tired. Like I have this YouTube video I'm trying to post of the eclipse here in New Jersey, and it's so funny, dude. The eclipse. I can't believe I was flying for the eclipse, and it like didn't get dark. It got like a cloud went past the sun, like you would imagine, and it got really cold for about 15 minutes of flying. Like, I mean, like so cold that I was happy I had gloves on. Oh, nice, dude. That would be cool. Epic, dude. I'm super stoked about how Skymax finally just introduced their trike that's finally coming out to the market because they've already told me about it, but I haven't been able to get my hands on it yet. Oh, okay, that's cool, dude. So is that in Virginia? Right? Did I just read that post right? What you just said? Middle Way Airport on Sunday. Where is that? Oh, okay, all right. Oh, that's epic. I wonder how far Virginia is from here in Jersey. I feel like it's not that bad of a car ride. It'd be totally worth trying to do it. I have the Equinox now that I'm trying to swap the motor out in. The motor blew up, and that would be a nice car to be doing the traveling in. Super good on gas, and a little upset about the engine right now, but it's not the end of the world. I can swap the motor out. No big deal. I'm just trying to find one right now that has less than 100,000 miles on it that's worth the project. You know, I have that motor I'm trying to replace, and then I'm trying to replace 233 miles to Jersey. Okay, so that's like 120. All right, so that's like a 7 to 8 hour trip, I'm assuming. That's not that bad. Maybe a little bit longer. Am I thinking of that right? Yeah. Yeah, it's probably like a 7 to 8 hour trip. Longer, you think? You think it's longer than that? What, more like a 10-hour trip? Oh, shorter. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I was thinking wrong. Okay. Yo, so Scoob, dude, have you bought anything from Tucker Gott for that epic electric paramotor giveaway, dude? I'm wearing one of the new shirts that he just actually got out. Okay, yeah, 70, yeah, totally, dude. Oh, dude, you know what's so funny? I was just talking to Tucker Gott about the post I just did. I just did a story on Instagram and Facebook. I don't know if you saw that or not yet, but my last one, I posted the shirts that I got, and it's so funny. I don't know why I didn't get the other one, but I didn't realize I didn't order all three of the t-shirts, so I'm waiting now to get the next one. But I did a post on this shirt, you know, which is freaking epic, dude. I actually love the color of it. And I got the other one, the black one, and I'm waiting now to get the Adrenaline t-shirt, which is pretty sweet. And you know what's funny? You know, to be honest, dude, I'm probably going to lose myself, but, you know, out of all the people that I watch in the paramotoring world, I feel like I love to support Tucker because of what he does. I feel like, you know, every beginner pilot always watches him first. They always get super inspired by him. And, dude, that's why I wanted to build the helmet that I have. You know, I don't know if most of you guys realize it or not, but I built the same helmet that Tucker flies, you know, and dude, I actually talked to him through the whole build, which was so sweet, you know, and every time I've had little issues with the helmet too, I've always reached out to him, and he'd always help me out right away with fixing the little issues. But man, now the helmet is like 100%, which is super epic. If anything, I want to shorten my mic here. Dude, epic, man. That's actually pretty sweet. I would like to know, from your personal opinion, once you have the helmet, what it's actually like. So I'm not against actually getting that type of helmet. I actually do want one. I was so, like, excited in the beginning when I was watching Tucker Gott's videos that he made a video about how to make a helmet for, like, on the cheaper side, you know? And in the beginning, dude, I didn't have any money when I first started out trying to get that paramotor right here with the EOS 100 booster motor on there, you know? And I was, like, lucky to get that. And when I got that, I was like in the process of building that helmet, trying to get the GoPros. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Also, 2M radio. What is that? You actually got me on that. I'm not really quite sure what the 2M means. 2M, is that like for radioing into the airplanes? Yeah, but regardless, Oh, okay. Oh, that's epic, dude. So I can listen to music on here. I do take phone calls on my, because I have the Cena headset that's in, the set that I had to like splice the wires to connect to this guy right here that actually plugs into the GoPro, so you can hear me talking while I'm up in the air. And the only thing that I never did right was my earmuffs aren't actually thick enough, so I have to replace them, but I never actually did it. And my kind of goal here is to build a couple of these helmets and do some giveaways myself. So it depends on which pilots I'm flying up in the air. Like me and pilot Tom, the guy with the green glider that you see in my videos, we normally just will call each other and we'll just talk in the air through a phone call. But then when I fly with like Azmat, my mentor, or like Dave, the other pilot, or like pilot Pat, we all sync through the Cena headset. For some reason, Pilot Pat or Pilot Tom and I have like an issue with an interference for some reason with the Cena, and he has a Cena too, which doesn't make any sense to me. So, but no, normally with Pilot Tom, it's a phone call. No, that's what I mean. And it's crazy too. Like, I haven't yet like flown with multiple people to be able to like all be talking at once, which I've been dying to do. Like, it would be cool to be hearing like 3 to 4 conversations going on at once while being up in the air. Because, dude, definitely when you're flying and you have other pilots talking, it makes such a better flight, like hands down. And there's nothing wrong with flying around and not talking to anybody, but like normally when I fly and I'm not talking to anybody, I'm like talking to myself up in the air for the YouTube channel, and I do really enjoy that too, but sometimes when I feel like some turbulence or something crazy, it's like, what was that, and then it's really nice when like Pilot Tom or Pat or Azmat or even Dave are like, dude, your wing wasn't even moving. It's like, yeah, I'm just bugging out. But all around though, it's such a good time. So man, Scoop, what are you doing right now? You just chilling at the house? On the first flight, he was talking. Cool. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, dude, I can't get over the fact that you were hanging out with Kyle. You actually got to fly. You were talking to him, hanging out. Oh, okay, so there was another. All right, yeah. Oh my gosh. So wow, so when he would train people, like you would be up in the air, and then he would send up another pilot thing, right? You're saying to me, that's actually extremely awesome, man. Dude, I really hope that I get the pleasure to hang out with him. And the same with like Tucker God. I'm on a talking basis with Tucker. Me and him talk a lot on Instagram. I feel like I'm talking to him more than he's talking to me, but still, it's super cool to talk to these kind of people. Okay, does he? So he does send people up, multiple people up while he's training. So that's pretty cool. That's shows to go how good his skill set is. That's so awesome to think that someone like Kyle O does that stuff. 2 other students. 3rd time there, 3 weeks or more. Nice. So how long did you actually train with him for before you're off on your own? Like, how many days did you spend with him, and how many flights did you actually get with him? Because that's super being like that. And then on the brakes. I was there 1 week. Wow, dude, that's awesome, man. So then did he charge, like, and I'm not trying to be personal about it, but did he charge you, like, just by day then, I guess? Like, he did a day rate schedule? 2 days of rain, so we did classes. Oh, cool. Like indoor stuff, like just getting the basics down in your head? I flew 3 times. Nope. Oh, so then he did have, like, a final, I guess, number for you to pay for the training, I guess. Yeah, that's totally worth it, though. That's totally worth it, you know. I feel like that's nothing to become a good, safe pilot, you know. Like, for me, I'm not gonna lie, like, as soon as I saw a paramotor for the first time, I actually believed after I saw a Tucker Gott video, like, a few weeks later, that I could just get one of these and I could self-train, which, like an idiot, I really couldn't do it once I finally got the paramotor and the wing. And dude, I'll never forget the day I got dragged so hard. I brought it out in like 15-mile-an-hour gusting inland at a park, and it was pretty bad. I got dragged so fast across the field in the mud too. It was pretty bad, and I was so lucky my one friend was there to laugh at me the whole time, but he ran and he was smart enough to grab the one edge of my wing, and he collapsed my wing when I was getting dragged into the woods. He actually like saved me from going into the woods, which I was super happy about. But what did you just say? The only reason I didn't get more flights. Oh, I get it. Well, yeah, we all have a life, you know what I mean? We all have a job and family, you know? That was the reason why, dude, I actually never had the chance to go out to get proper training in the beginning, you know? And I don't know if you know how I got my training, but when I got my paramotor and then I had the wing and I got dragged, that's when I realized that I had to put it away, that I had no idea what I was doing. There was a lot of things I didn't clearly understand, but I thought by watching a video I could easily do it. And like having the paramotor on my back and running it and starting it, that was all super simple and like a no-brainer to me. But trying to understand the glider and how you're supposed to hook up to it right and all that was kind of over my head. And dude, no lie, I put that paramotor and my glider away for like, I have to look in my book, but it was anywhere from like 5 to 7 months I put it away. I was so upset with myself. I just started to think that I was never going to really become a pilot. And in that time, I did kind of like build up the SkyMax a little bit. Like I was trying to make it a better, stronger model. Trainer, he knows his stuff for sure. See, that's so cool, dude. I would love to just spend 5 minutes with him just to have a conversation because I know that he is. Dude, watching his videos, he knows what he's talking about. He seems like the coolest guy to hang out with. But yeah, but regardless, dude, when I was like building this up within that 7-month range of like not flying anymore, I found out on Facebook there was all those groups, you know, online about, you know, paramotoring for beginners or like paramotor groups, whatever. And dude, I'll never forget. I was here hanging out in my house and I'm looking on my phone watching these videos, and then boom, I saw a guy flying in Atlantic City. Or maybe it wasn't Atlantic City, it was like one of the beaches that were close to where I live here in Jersey. And it was so crazy because that next day when I saw that video, because I reached out to him I reached out to him and I didn't hear back from him yet. Then a friend of mine's working on the coast, right? Because like me and my friends are a lot of carpenters, so we all work, you know, onshore, offshore. And it was so crazy. A guy that's a friend of mine took a video of Azmat, my mentor, and you know, before I actually knew him, and he flew by with a red wing, and everybody knew I had a red wing because I posted a couple little funny videos about what I was trying to learn before I knew anything. And he was like, "Dude, is this you?" And it wasn't me, you know, and it was so crazy because that's how I met Azmat. Get some good news. I'm a Class D airspace. They said I could fly any time I want if I stay below. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. That's actually really cool. So I've actually gotten some phone calls from places that I fly around here. So if I stay under 1,400 feet, I stay out of the range of some of the airports that I'm not allowed to fly at, which totally makes sense, you know. I'm never here trying to break any rules myself. What was that thing you just said, last thing? Come in at 300 feet. Yeah, so you know what's funny? The Woodbine Airport that I fly at, that's the #1 rule is that when the rescue helicopter takes off and is not there, we're actually not allowed to fly there at all. You know, because they come in so low and they come in at all different angles. And they've made it so clear to us that, you know, we don't mind you guys being here, but we do not like it. And I totally get that and I respect that, you know. But yeah, dude, long story short about how I basically met Asmat was that I had a friend of mine post a video of him right on one of the beaches that were right around the corner from me. And then when I went on the Facebook group again, I sent him that video, and it was him. And he reached out to me like right away once I sent him that video. And he was like, dude, that's totally me. He goes, that's amazing. And then I admitted it to him. I was like, look, man, I bought all the gear. I feel like, I never had the time to go out to actual proper training. I said, I see that you're flying. I said, I would love to hang out with you, and maybe you could teach me. I'd pay you whatever it takes. What was that? Turn the fan off, please, so I can fly tomorrow morning. I know, right? Oh my gosh. You talking about the high winds, dude? But yeah, so that's how I met Asmat. I'll never forget. He told me to come meet him up the next day after he finally reached back out to me, dude. And I'll never forget. I brought this with the EOS engine on there, with the prop that's on the wall, and with my 23 or 24 meter ozone buzz. And dude, within the first 10 minutes of hanging out, he was up in the air on my whole setup. And that's when I realized that I was going to become a paramotor pilot. And it was cool, dude. He did whatever it took to actually teach me how to become a pilot. Dude, he would take off work whenever I was done. And man, we practiced pretty hard for like a solid month, dude. And I was so grateful for that. And then right on October 4th, I got my first flight, my first real flight. My cat's just letting themselves in. So 5, dude, what's up, man? What's your name, dude? You're flying the EOS, dude? So what, are you flying a 4-stroke EOS engine? I'm actually curious, dude. That's pretty epic. Yeah, I don't mean to ramble about how I learned how to fly like that. I was just trying to tell you, Scoob. But yeah, dude, it was pretty epic, dude. And like I said, dude, Asmat's the coolest guy ever. And a great pilot, hands down. And he was just really cool to be my mentor, No, Scoob, are you talking to 5? I know that you got the factory R, but does 555 have the is he flying EOS? Is that what he's saying? Cause I got the EOS here. I got the EOS 100 booster. That's what I had here originally on the SkyMax Expedition when I first got that. No, buds, I fly with all. Oh, I got you. So is that a 4-stroke engine? And so that motor is out of Australia, right? Like my EOS is from Australia, so I'm assuming, yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so mine's a 2-stroke. I got a 2-stroke EOS, which they still make the parts for, which is pretty epic because I was able to buy the rebuild kit and buy a couple of things for the motor itself, like the easy pull start and things like that. But yeah, so I basically trained for a solid month with Asmat. And it's funny, after that training too, I kept practicing like crazy. Like I never really stopped, and I still actually practice all the time now. I try to at least go out to the field at least 2 days a week, at least with just kiting, And I don't normally just kite with the paramotor anymore. I'll go out there with just a harness and just try to really enjoy myself and have a great time on the field. I absolutely love it. And to me, there's nothing greater than being a paramotor pilot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, yeah, I totally get it, man. If I was to go kiting right now, I'd probably never come back, and I'd be way over the ocean, like within minutes, and that's scary. That's why I always bug out that every time when we go flying at the beach and the wind's coming the other way, but it is always really light, but man, I'm always still super nervous. Like, I don't care if it's only 5-mile-an-hour winds blowing from the west. It still bugs me out, because it's like weird to fly towards the dunes for the takeoff and not fly to the ocean, with that headwind. And man, there's been some crazy times, man. Dude, there was one time when I was flying on the beach, and I never posted the video because obviously I can't post the video. But I got caught in crazy, crazy dense fog where it was actually kind of really scary. It was winds were definitely coming off the ocean, but I couldn't actually see the ground anymore. It came in so fast, and it came in from behind us. So we had the winds coming in from the east, and then this cloud front came right from behind us from the north to the south. Like, I mean, violently. And it was scary, man. I had to whip my phone out to see how high I was off the ground. That was the first and still the only time I've ever had to do that. Eric, what's up, dude? What's happening, man? Eric, my day's going great, man. Other than the fact that I couldn't go flying today. It was way too high of winds, buddy. But we got to go driving around the hot rod today, which you've been in before. That's awesome. So what are you up to, Eric? How is everything? We're over here talking with Scoob and a couple other guys about paramotoring. But yeah, so like I said, I'm just, you know, that was such a crazy flight. That was like one of the scariest ones I've ever endured. Scoob, have you ever got caught in any fog or any kind of like rain or anything crazy? High winds or anything? Nice. Did you eat dinner yet, Eric? What'd your mom and dad make you? So, Scoob, what kind of, what's the craziest flight that you've been in? And were you by yourself, too, is the question. Same with the winds. Oh, yeah, you got high winds at your house, too, Eric? Eric lives in Pennsylvania. Winds was fine. Okay. 2 wing collapses on. Wow. I have yet to have had a collapse actually flying. I've had like a point where I felt like all my lines got loose and slacked for a second, and violently, like I felt like I dropped and picked right back up, but no actual collapse. Oh yeah, dude. Anything like that is scary. I don't care if it's just the tips or not, man. That's it. That's crazy. So, Eric, what kind of dinner are you going to get tonight? Lori brought home pizza. Pizza here on the shore is definitely best. Eric, do you like pizza? And Scoob, dude, that's crazy. So, like, what were the winds then when you were coming down the land? Did they pick up to, like, were you, like, flying at, like, 5 and then they jumped up to 15? Is it on YouTube? Scoob, I would love to actually see that. I would actually love to see that. Ah, pizza. You're eating pizza tonight, Eric? Because that's what I had. Pizza is amazing. Dude, the pizza here on the shore, Eric, is the best. Nah, so Scoob, dude, man, like the other day when I went flying for the eclipse, we had like a 19-mile-an-hour gusting, which I'm trying to post. What? You had pizza, dude? You guys make it at the house or did you order it out? I want to know. And what kind of pizza did you have? But yeah, dude, I went flying the other day, 19-mile-an-hour gusting, and it was so crazy for the takeoff. I had to do like basically a Cobra launch, which was tough, and I had to like Cobra my wing down. Oh, no way. Dude, that's epic. All right, that's awesome. All right, I'm going to watch that right after the live. Dude, Scoob, I love that you can post your stuff on here. That's awesome. Dude, Eric, you had Domino's? Was it a plain pizza or did you have pepperoni? That's awesome, dude. We had Vita Bella. Good for you, Eric. That's awesome. So, yeah. So, dude, that's crazy. I can't wait to watch that video now. And you know what's really crazy? I actually have that drop to myself from my 4th or 5th flight with Azmat. We flew, like, 4 to 5 different islands. And when we were crossing one of the waterways, it was crazy. That was your 4th flight, or your 4th landing coming down? Geez, that was probably really scary. You want to know the truth about my landings? I actually couldn't get a landing right until my 8th landing. I actually couldn't, for some reason, understand the flaring. I would always flare way too soon. Like, like 10 feet in the air, I would flare, and then I would just parachute stall my wing and drop straight down. And that used to be pretty bad. That's why, like, I had to get the bottom of my expedition all welded up. Because, dude, I've slammed my bottom so many times from doing those parachute stalls. But I didn't know any better, you know? And like, for me, I was always... It was so amazing, like the cages on the bottom of the SkyMax, they're like this great crumple zone that, like, when you hit that first, you don't hit your harness yet. And like, I never got hurt any of those bad landings, which was pretty amazing. Like, a lot of times I'd be lucky enough and I'd come in quick enough to do these cool, like, gliding slide landings on my butt and the bottom of the frame. But then there was like 4 times that where I'd flare so high that I would just drop straight down, and it was pretty bad. Definitely to the point where, like, you know, I can't believe that I had a buddy of mine be able to weld it up as straight and as nice as it is, and he was able to redo, like, all the rivets and stuff on the bottom when I thought for sure all that stuff was never going to happen again, you know. But yeah, so now my expedition is, like, basically really close to being super straight again, which is so nice because, I don't know, I really almost thought a couple bad things about the expedition, but all around it, like, really came out to being pretty sweet, you know. And it's a lot stronger, actually, than it ever has been, so. Yeah, Scoob, dude, I can't wait to watch that. But yeah, it's like, really, man, man, I can't believe that you had little mini collapses like that. I've watched Pilot Tom up in the air, and he does some pretty epic acro, and he has his one wing that I can't think of what it's called, but he just got it not that long ago, and it's strictly for acro. And man, he did this crazy drop. All right, Tom. What's up, dude? All right, you just watched Scoob's epic landing, dude. I actually can't wait to watch it after this live. Scoob's got a couple really good YouTube videos on there. Guys, make sure you guys all subscribe to his channel. Make sure you guys check out my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. Like I said, I'm coming on these lives to really interact with some of the viewers that do watch my videos to see what they are really enjoying about my videos, what they want to be seeing, and things like that. But Tom, what's up, man? What's going on, dude? Where are you from? What are you flying, man? And have you got in on the Tucker Got giveaway, dude? Have you bought anything? All right, so I did cool, but I can see relate to the pucker factor. What do you mean by the pucker factor? Oh. You're talking about that landing? Is that what you're talking about, Scoot or Tom? All right, Tom, you're in Florida, dude. What part of Florida? I go to Florida all the time, dude. I go to Florida about 3 to like 6 times a year. I go to Stuart, Florida a lot. We go to the Keys. Try to go to the Keys twice a year. So, Tom, what was your craziest flying that you've ever done? I don't know if you were here when I was talking about mine. I got caught in some really crazy fog at a pretty high height, and I had to bust my phone out to really see how high I was and where I was going to land, because I knew that I was still kind of over water a little, which was freaking crazy. You're north of Tampa. You're welcome anytime. And Tom, you are welcome anytime to South New Jersey. That would be epic. So that sounds good. Like I said, all right, so the next time I'm in Florida, like I said, I go to Stuart mostly a lot, like right by Jupiter, you know, the lighthouse and stuff like that. And like I said, I do go to the Keys a couple times a year too, which is pretty epic. I love going to the Keys. But I haven't done any flying down there yet, which is like what I want to do the next time I go. So, and I travel a lot to California as well, to San Francisco. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the expedition out to San Fran, some pretty cool epic flying out there soon, which I'm pretty excited about. My brother, my oldest brother, Anthony, he lives out in San Francisco and he has kids. So he doesn't really come back home anymore as much, but I try to travel out there as much as I can. So now this next time I go, I'm definitely bringing the paramotor. I guess I'm going to have to mail it out there because I don't know if I can bring it on the plane. I grew up in Miami. I heard you talk about the fog. Sounds good. Dude, it was crazy. The fog came in, like, I mean, violently fast behind me. The winds were coming off the ocean from the east to the west, and then the fog came in from the north to the south, dude. And it was scary, dude. It was like, it went from this nice day to this violently dense fog and almost like dark. And dude, I was bugging out, man. I turned my strobe on, praying that another plane or a helicopter I wasn't going to run into. And we have a lot of traffic kind of where I fly at a lot. And they know that I'm always flying there all the time. So I talk to a lot of the local pilots around here, and they know what I'm always doing. And they normally know my flight pattern. But dude, it was so scary. I literally looked at my phone until I was like the last 10 feet above the ground. Until I like was doing my flare. I cannot believe I landed it and ran it out. And like I said, I never posted that video because you're not allowed to be flying in that type of fog, and I never wanted to hear it from the FAA. Trying to get it down. AZP. Wet wing, no good. So dude, that fog that I got, Tom, my wing got wet, and dude, it was scary, dude. I felt like my wing the whole time was going like this. Like, it wouldn't stay stable anymore once that, like, the dense fog came in, everything was fine for, like, the first 5 to 10 minutes. But, dude, I was in that fog for, like, 28 minutes, dude. And, like, it was just under a half hour, like literally a minute or two. And, dude, I feel like after, like, the first 10 minutes, dude, my wing started to go like this. And it wouldn't stop. And when I landed on the ground, I was able to, you know, get it in my stuff sack. It was wet, like a soaking wet wing from that dense fog. And I think that's why my wing was doing this like weird movement that I've never seen it ever do before. And man, it was pretty horrific too. I kept thinking the whole time, like, man, I don't know if I'm over the water or if I want to run into another pilot. I was so scared, you know, and I've never ever felt like that ever since, and I've never been in a situation like that again. You know, and I hope to never be in that again, but I guess being by the shore, you know, that stuff's always really possible at the last minute. Yeah, so you know what I found out about wet wings, Tom? And I don't, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like I realized when the more and more into that flight, I felt like I was gaining speed. Like, and my trims were pulled all the way in, you know, because once I got into that dense fog, that was the first thing I did was I pulled my trims all the way in. Because I normally, with the Roadster, I always fly at a neutral setting. And, dude, it was so crazy. I never thought I'd into the sky. Dude, you're totally right, Scoob. There is nothing better than being a paramotor pilot, dude. This is living the dream. But seriously, Tom, like that was, I don't know, like when your wing got wet, did you feel like you were gaining speed? Because I was picking speed up like violently, and I was looking at my GPS to be seeing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, there is nothing better than being a paramotor pilot. Running into the sky and living this dream of pure adrenaline adventure is seriously the coolest. And being able to just fly with other pilots really makes it so much more fun. Like, I do fly a lot alone, but man, when I get the chance to hang out with Pilot Tom, Pilot Pat, Asmat, my mentor, and people like Dave, you know, it's seriously the best time ever, you know? And I even got to fly with some of Tucker Gott's friends like Scoob, Pablo, and Mike, and these other pilots too. And seriously, just an epic time all around, you know? Yeah, dude, yeah. But I feel more concerned about the collapse. Yeah, so, right, I feel you on that, dude. I really thought the whole time when my wing was doing this, like I couldn't get it to, like, get steady. I kept thinking the whole time, like, man, is my wing going to collapse? And what was so crazy, when that fog came in, I was at, like, 1,000 feet. And then when I started to descend, I don't know what wing you have, Tom, my Roadster has a really good glide rate to it. So when I was gliding down, I was also scared to run into the other paramotor pilots. So it was like all around super scary, It's wet. You need to trim out, not trim in. Water on that makes extra drag and quickly gets close to the stall speed. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Yep, 555. What's your name, man? I appreciate you actually making that comment. I didn't know that. See, that's I'll never do that again if I ever get in a situation. Oh, nice, dude. So Tom, you're flying the Spider 3. Pilot Pat has the Spider 3. I have the Roadster 3. What size is your wing, man? And the reason why I didn't go with the Spider was because I knew that I was going to be flying more in rougher areas like I already have been. And that's why I chose the Roadster. The Roadster has a thicker material than the Spider does. Like the Spider has a very light fabric, opposed to the Roadster. Okay, nice. You got the 26 meter, dude. That's cool. So I bought the smallest Roadster that they sell, which is the 22 meter. Lance, what's up, dude? I appreciate that nice comment, dude. You're the man, dude. I appreciate that. All right, 5. Your name is Jack, dude. Hey, Jack. It's actually nice to meet you. That's cool to know about when you pull your trims in. That's not safe at all when the wing is wet. I actually didn't know that. Like I said, I'm not really a self-taught pilot, but I didn't get I didn't go out to a proper trainer school to do it. I got taught by my mentor, Asmat, and he basically just taught me how to become a pilot. He didn't tell me like things like that, and that's why like Pilot Tom, he's been pushing me to go do a what's it called course, that SIV course I think it's called, where you go learn how to do a little bit of acro, do the stalls up in the air. So that's going to be my next move. Wish I had gone with the Roadster. So why did you wish you went with the Roadster? Did you make a tear or something like that in the Spider? Is that why you're making that comment, Tom? I love the Roadster, man, dude. It's amazing wing all around, and I know that the Spider is too. Because like I said, I fly with Pilot Pat, and I think he actually has a 26 meter too. I actually can't wait to reach out to him and ask him now. But yeah, I absolutely love the paramotoring adventure. But, knowing now, like what Jack just said, knowing that when I pulled my trims in, it made it maybe more of a much more dangerous situation. That's actually really scary. You are? Jack, that's actually pretty impressive. How old are you and what are you flying, man? Because, I tried to self-train and I actually couldn't pull it off. Like, maybe I could have if I kept trying. But, dude, I was hurting myself and the gear pretty bad. The Spider would tear easier than with the lighter fabric. Right. That's why I wonder if that's why Tom made that statement. Because, Pilot Pat actually has made a tear in his Spider, and me and him learned how to fly at the same time. He went to Lake Wales, Florida, and I went, and learned right here how to fly from my personal trainer, Asmat. Florida at the beach, the Roadster may have been. Oh, I see. So you know what's crazy? So I bought my wing through Tucker Gott, and Tucker Gott was the one that actually talked me into buying the Roadster because he knew I was more on the beginner side still, but he knew that I was getting to the more of the, I guess, just above the beginner rate, from him watching all my videos and stuff like that. And dude, I talked to Tucker for probably a clean month before I actually settled on the Roadster, but he was the one that really, suggested it. He was like, well, listen, Dan, you fly a lot at the beach. I see that you fly at some of your local pits, outside of just some of your soccer fields. And he was the one that was like, listen, I think that, I know that the Spider, whatever, is a lighter material, but he told me that I would never even notice the difference because I fly in a windier area anyway. Because he was telling me that the Spider basically would jump up, maybe a little bit quicker than the Roadster. But dude, when I fly with Pilot Pat, I don't see any bit of a difference with how the wing comes up. Oh, you trained at Aviator? Dude, that's awesome, man. Lance, is the wing you use similar to a kite surfing wing. So Lance, no, they're nowhere near the same. Like kite surfer wings actually take like a bicycle pump to blow up because they're designed to hit the water and stay afloat. And ours, man, if they hit the water, they're gonna go and sink. And maybe they'll float for a few minutes, but it's no good like that. They hit the water, our wings, and they don't sail as high either. And they're much bigger actually too. Oh wow, really? I guess it's just how the conversation probably goes with Tucker. You know what I mean, Tom? That's actually crazy to think that he was kind of more pushing you towards the spider. I've been flying for 7 years now. I've learned on an APCO lift 27 meter. Nice, dude. And then bought the APCO F1 22. I wore it out, so it's retired, and I'm on the APCO F3 26 meter now. Nice, dude. So what paramotor are you flying, Jack? That's pretty sweet, man. Yeah, so Tom, that's actually crazy to think that, well, it's actually really cool that you bought your wings Tucker got too, like I did. That's actually pretty epic, man. Dude, Tucker to me is seriously the best guy on YouTube to watch outside of Kyle O. I really do have two favorites. It's Tucker Gott and Kyle O. And that's why I've been a little disappointed that Kyle O hasn't posted any videos. You know, like Scoop here, that's on here that dropped his YouTube channel, which you guys all have to check out. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. He got taught from Kyle O, and that's super epic, you know, like I'm dying to meet him. Like I talk to Tucker all the time. He lived here in New Jersey. I hang out with some of his friends, you know, and it's super cool to be hanging out with these people that like really coped my flying life around, you know, and that's why I really look up to these guys, you know, and that's why I feel so lucky to hang out with people like Asmat, my mentor, and people like Pilot Tom, dude. Pilot Tom and Pilot Ryan, they're both friends. Dude, they're like these amazing pilots, man. I mean, like, their skill set the bar is high with them. And I feel so fortunate to be with these guys, you know. And I get to go and hang out. They hit me up to go flying with me. And it makes me feel great, you know. And they love that that I'm a YouTuber. They love that I make all these cool little videos, and that I'm always videoing them while we're up in the air. And a lot of times, I'll actually stay on the ground just to video them because I just really enjoy watching people fly, you know. Nah, you're right, Scoob. Tucker don't live here anymore. He's over there in Arizona now. He's out there living where it doesn't get cold no more. But Arizona still gets cold at nighttime, though, you know. But yeah, so it's crazy, man. But yeah, dude, I was just talking to Tucker Gott today about his shirts and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm wearing one of Tucker Gott's shirts right now from his giveaway that he's doing, which is epic. Man, this shirt is so nice. I absolutely love buying his shirts. It's the only shirts I actually own, which my girlfriend makes fun of me for that all the time, which is kind of funny, but I don't care. You know, I even bought his socks that he sells. I have his hat too, which I always actually roll around in it in the hot rod here. I always actually wear the Tucker Gott hat when I'm actually riding around in the hot rod, which is sweet. I fly footlong, wheel launch on a trike I built. Damn, dude. So so you're a welder? So is it all aluminum? Is it all titanium? What do you got going on, man? Dude, that's super epic, Jack. I'm actually highly impressed. Yeah, dude, I'm right there with Scoob, dude. That's super sweet, man. I'm actually highly impressed, man. And you know what's so cool too that Viterazzi reached out to me not too long ago about potentially being on the V Tribe team. I don't know if any of you guys really know what the V Tribe team is, but that's basically getting on their team, you know, as a sponsor. And I'm trying so hard to get on that. So Eric, I'm really trying to focus on doing these live streams. I guess 3 days a week. I'm gonna try to shoot for Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays like today. And I'm gonna always try to be on here for at least an hour, depending on how the lives go. Like if they're super good, then I'll stay on definitely longer than an hour. And if not, I guess I'll never break much more than that. But we'll see how it goes. I kind of would love for this to turn more into a podcast, I guess, but we'll see. I was looking at the Roadster and it was speaking with him. He recommended Spider over the Roadster. Not sure why, but it is what it is. Yeah, well, I guess depending on your type of flying that you're doing, but really they fly, I guess, exactly the same. So I don't know why. When did you get your Spider? Actually, I got mine, or I got my Roadster, last year. Yeah, I've had it now for just over a year. I got it right before springtime last year. So yeah, it's been just over a year, I guess. And I had to wait actually for that 22 meter an extra month and a half. Like, you know how like if you ask for the special colors, it takes a little bit longer. Because I wanted the smallest wing that they had, the 22 meter. Because I think the Spider, the smallest one you can buy in the Spider is a 20 meter. And the Roadster is the 22 is the smallest that you can get, and they didn't have any. And I still wanted to wait, and I almost actually got like a custom color set, but I loved how much their stock colors looked. That I loved all their four choices, so I chose the red, blue, white, and red wing. I was so in love with that I just couldn't not get it. I could have changed colors around because it wouldn't have made a difference in the time frame that it took me to get it, but I'm so happy with the 22 meter. The 22 meter, man, I'm like perfect weight for that setup, and man, it's so fast. Like I've let my other pilot friends fly it. They love it so much that each one that flies the Roadster, they all say how they want it. Like Asmat's flown. I weigh 155, right, and I'm a height at like 5'7", 5'9". And dude, so Asmat has flown the wing, and he weighs like he's 6 foot, like 3 or 4. He's very tall, and he weighs like 210 pounds. He flew the wing, and man, he killed it. He loved it so much, and man, he came on the ground saying how it was like one of the best wings he's ever flown. I let pilot Tom fly it, the really experienced pilot. Dude, he was doing wing overs. He was doing like crazy things up in the air with it. And when he came on the ground, his eyes were so bloodshot red from the speeds he was getting on the Roadster. It was super awesome to see him doing those tricks in the air. And like me, like I just tried the speed bar for the first time, but pilot Tom actually did the speed bar on the wing first before I did. And dude, he loved it. And it was so cool watching him up in the air do all that stuff. All right, Eric, I would love to do a one next time in the hot rod. Maybe we'll go out to the beach in the hot rod and I'll do a live out there. I got mine in 2023. I trained in August of 22. I flew the Mojo. Okay, nice. In training, great wing and flight, but hard to launch after it soaks up the dew and grass in the morning. Okay, so Pilot Pat, he also has the Mojo. He bought that for his training, and then he got the Spider right afterwards. 28 meter. I wonder what size Pilot Pat's was. I don't actually know what size Pilot Pat's Mojo was. But dude, that's cool though, man. It's awesome that that's the wing you flew. So my first wing that I still have, which I'm going to do on a giveaway, is the Ozone Buzz 4, the same one that Tucker Gott learned how to fly on. And which is super cool, by the way, and that was totally by accident. And so that wing is like the sister wing to the Mojo. Like the Mojo is obviously a much newer wing than the Buzz is or was, and but yeah, it's like you know what I mean? They're like brother sister wings. They're very similar. Their characteristics are very the same. But obviously, the Buzz is just a little bit older than the Mojo is now. So, but super cool though, man. Tom, that's awesome. So, I got my wing then in 2023. Yeah, dude, that's awesome, Tom. So you've been only flying for 2 years? That's cool, man. And Scoob here has been flying, I think, for a couple years. I think Scoob's got us all beat by a year, maybe 2 years. Yeah, so the buzz, dude, if you watch, like, say, like, one of Tucker Gott's earliest videos, you'll see him flying the buzz around, and it's a paramotor wing, but it's also a paraglider wing, so it's very slow, and I refer to it as very doggy. It's like so bouncy and it's super turtle slow, even with the trims all the way out. But it has the speed bar. It's a B-rated wing. Mine was a 23 meter, but in the book, when you read it, it's supposed that it acts like a 26 meter. So I don't really get that. Yeah, nice, dude. Oh, that's awesome. I've been flying since 2021. So that's cool, man. So, do you know how many flights you have? Like for me, I actually keep a flight log book. I write down my hours of my flying and my flights, And I actually really enjoy it. I write actually everything down every day, like a journal, outside of my other book too. I actually have 3 different books that I write in every day. Well, I don't get to write every day in my paramotoring book, my flying vlog book, but no, I have a journal for my personal life and my all day stuff, and then I have my business book that I write down for my business end because I do have my own small construction business. And then, yeah, then I have my flight vlog book that I write down everything, which is pretty sweet, from every part that I bought from when I first got the expedition to when I got the type of sponsor basically through SkyMax to get the star. And what's so cool, when I got that, they chose those colors for me. They chose the red setup with the black frame to match the car here, which was so cool. I have to check out his videos to see the buzz. I have 150 flights. I keep a log as well. Dude, that's awesome, Tom. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So, like, dude, if you check out my earlier videos, you'll see me flying the buzz too as well. But I never went really too detailed because when I was really flying the buzz around, I wasn't really technically a YouTuber yet. Like, I've been only a YouTuber now for 2 years. So I guess maybe towards the end of my videos with the buzz, I was starting to get more into the video making, being a better creator, obviously, for YouTube. But yeah, you'll see all my videos if you check my long-term videos, and I think I might have some shorts on there of the buzz. I'm not really too sure. I don't know if you're more into watching the YouTube shorts than the long-term videos. I'm not really too sure, but yeah, I do have a lot of videos on the buzz. But they're like much longer videos. That's where I was like making mistakes in the beginning of my YouTube career, was that I was like making these really long videos and I didn't realize that's why I wasn't getting that good of watch time. And then once I realized, when I started cutting them videos more than in half and starting to get them more around that 10-minute mark, that's when I basically started to turn into a YouTuber. That's when I got monetized. That's when I got all my watch time in. Stream is rendering, not sure what happened. Oh, what's that? You're saying that mine is getting pretty chopped up right now? Is it not very clear? Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know what just happened. I didn't actually do anything. Sometimes, like when I'm out here in my paramotor shop, my hot rod shop, I guess I'm like right in a bad spot for signal for my phone. So I gotta definitely do something about maybe trying to figure out how I can get my Wi-Fi more out here in the garage, which would be pretty sweet. I don't mind doing like my lives inside the house, but I feel like I love doing it in here where the paramotors are, the hot rod, of course. I did a really cool radio talk show in this garage. It was called Show and Go Garage. Oh yeah, I don't know. I know that sometimes some people actually make comments on here, Tom, saying that my video is actually cutting in and out. So I don't think it was you. I actually think it was definitely from my end. But yeah, I've done some pretty cool talk shows, right in here in this shop. I've had them come out to me. I've even done a cool show with some other paramotor pilots, which is really epic. Like a lot of people were starting to see my videos, which was really cool. And I just love this journey. I love the excitement that pours out of me over all of this, and that's all I'm trying to share with all of you guys. And really, to become a YouTuber, if you're just every day at it, anybody can do it. I actually didn't believe that I could ever be in this position that I'm at now, and now being monetized on Facebook, or I'm sorry, on YouTube is amazing. And it's funny, about Facebook is that I actually got monetized on Facebook first. And that's what led me to think like, man, I wonder if I could become a YouTuber. And then that's what pushed me to try to become a YouTuber. And then boom, a few months later, I got monetized here on YouTube, and and I really enjoy it, and I think it's really cool that like a lot of people message me a lot saying how much of an inspiration I am to their journey, which is like a really great feeling. And I guess that's really what I'm pushing for. I was just trying to share with everybody like parts of videos that you don't normally see with paramotor pilots. Like I never understood why I never saw other paramotor pilots like kicking their legs, like freaking out, like this is the greatest thing ever. I always see all these paramotor pilots that are like in serious game mode. They're not really doing much talking, and you don't really ever see their takeoff or their landings unless they're bad, and for me, I couldn't wait to share all that stuff and just show you like other parts of paramotoring, like the greatest little bits, and the way I freak out, the way I can't stand when I see another pilot fly under me, above me when we wingtip touch. Oh, dude, I'll never forget that first time I did a wingtip touch with Azmat, my mentor, man. It was the greatest feeling I've ever felt, man. That's when I realized how strong the gliders are when it takes on the load. I used to think that like, oh my God, my wing's gonna collapse like nothing. And I'll never forget when Azmat smacked my one side, my whole wing just kind of like went left to right, and it was super awesome. Tom, I totally agree. I'm starting to really enjoy doing these lives. That's why I'm trying to really push to do them more. It'd be really cool to turn this into like a podcast over it all. And then really maybe like set up like a really cool table in here with like better positioning of the cameras, and try to have other pilots come to me, like have like the pilots that I fly would come here, and we could do a really cool like interview show, basically about like their experience with how I feel with my experience with them and stuff like that. And dude, Tom, I totally agree with that. I think it's super cool to get to do this and to get to talk to you guys, and I don't know, Tom, if you're subscribed or not to the channel or not. And if you are, I really do appreciate it, and I really appreciate to anyone who's watching that's actually subscribed. That's kind of why I wanted to do these lives, was to get to know you guys a little bit better, like you guys get to see me, and I I just really love this life, and I love trying to make these videos. I love being in front of the camera. I never realized how much I would really like it, and like I said in the beginning, it was just all about showing you guys what I was trying to do. Yeah, thanks, man. I really do appreciate that, Tom. That means a lot, man. And it's like, I can't express the excitement that pours out of me, like every time when I know that I'm doing something with paramotoring or even the street rod. Like we have so many cool car shows that are coming up, and some of the car shows this year are going to have me doing some flying in there, which is going to be super epic and kind of nerve-wracking at the same time, because I don't want to obviously mess up in front of all these people when I'm going to be the only pilot there. But it's going to be really cool, and I could probably get some of my pilot buddies to get in on some of those shows, which is what I'm going to push for. So, and that's what's so cool about the hot rod car show life, on top of putting the paramotor on the back of this car. It really grabs the attention, and it's cool to just be totally different. I love being different. I like to think I'm like nobody else, and I feel like that's how we all are. We're all different, and that's what's so cool about each other. I like the people that are so weirdly different, and because we're all different, none of us are the same, and and I respect that to such a high level, and I can't wait to meet somebody new. I can't wait to hang out with other people, and I'm finding out that paramotor pilots are the coolest people out there, and there's just like this higher level of respect that's there, and everybody's on the same page, and it's so cool, and it's so surreal at the same time. We're all in it for this extreme epic adventure, and there's nothing that beats it. Nothing at all, and like I said, I think it's cool that I put the paramotor on the back of the car, and it's cool. I'm actually sitting on the platform right now that I built And it's funny, like when I got to, I don't know if you guys saw the videos that I made about the Parajet that was in here. Um, I had to put it on the back of the car, of course, after I was done the project with Pilot Pat's. Pilot Pat's Parajet was the first one I worked on. And when I put it on here, I realized it doesn't fit on the platform. Like it sits on here, but like it touches the paint, so it would obviously scratch up my back door, which would not be cool. So I realized right away that this platform is only actually built for the SkyMax frames, which is so funny because I thought that they were all basically the same size on the bottom. And dude, I was so wrong. The Parajet is like a wider base footing, than these are. These are all basically like a foot by foot, bottom frame that holds on bottom of the gas tank basically. And it's just crazy to see the difference, But yeah, I'll tell you what, we're over an hour here, which is pretty epic. I really enjoy all you guys that came on here. I think I'm probably about to sign off. Um, like I said, I'm really trying to push for these lives on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Unless if you guys say otherwise, I would love to do on days that really fit everybody. And I kind of felt like I was pushing it today on a Friday at, man, I can't believe it's already almost 7:40 right now. But it's really cool that everybody came on here, that reached out to. I really do appreciate that. I think it's really cool. I absolutely love it. And, it's this uplifting journey. And I want to make sure that you guys are definitely all in on the Tucker Gott giveaway. Dude, it's almost silly not to go spend $5 on his website because you could really get the chance to win that paramotor. It would be so cool to know somebody that wins the electric paramotor, whether if it was me or anybody here on the live. Oh, nice, Tom. You got the Parajet, dude? Epic, man. What color do you have? Do you have the blue one? It was ironic that both Parajets that came in here were both the blue ones, which was super awesome. And my one buddy, Dave, he's a very new green pilot. His is orange, which is super sick. The orange is actually super dope. Eric. Yeah, dude. All right. Well, definitely see me on Monday for sure. I'm trying to always push for around 4 o'clock Eastern time, okay? Oh, nice, Tom. Dude, you got the blue one? Dude, I'll tell you what. Working on the Vitarazi Moster 185s, they're very simple if you're a little bit, into being a mechanic. There's really not much to them. The only real tool that's really important to these is having a torque wrench, because, like, if you do everything by the book, you have nothing to be worried about. And, like, for me, with being an aircraft engines, they should really all be by the book, The only thing that always kind of scares me a little bit is the airbox hose clamp. Because when I let Asmat fly this, the last flight that this went on, we flew 4 different islands and we flew for over 2.5 hours. It was like 2 hours, 45 minutes or whatever. My hose clamp completely came undone and it was just hanging there. And it stayed hugging around the airbox, which is crazy that it didn't come off and hit my prop because it would have totally destroyed the prop. But that's the only thing that bugs me out on the whole setup is the hose clamp. Yeah, what's so funny, Tom, is that I basically, wanted to learn these things so bad. So I've taken these both apart. The MY20, which is this one, on the Expedition, which is my latest one that I bought. I bought it used with like 70 hours on it. And then my brand new one, the MY22, I had to do a couple things to that. And, I had to really self-teach. And I even got a lot of good lessons from Vitarazi team too to really know what was going on, So, but yeah, dude. And Tom, if you ever need a hand with anything, man, make sure you follow me on Facebook so you can message me. I can definitely give you my number on there and stuff like that, so we can always stay in contact. So if you ever had any issues, I would love to help you out, man. Like I said, I help out my pilot buddies now that I fly with. I've already fixed 4 paramotors. I've only videoed 2 of them so far, but I've only I love working on. I love redoing the exhaust on these because we live by the ocean, so they do get rusted up. So I've already, I've done a lot of cool things on that. I can talk to you more about the paint that I use for heat paint and stuff like that, and how to clean these paramotors up so they always look brand new, especially for flying by the ocean. So yeah, Tom, make sure you try to follow me on Facebook. It's just under my name, Danny Williamson, and the same with Instagram. I'm Flying Dan with a 29 sedan on Instagram. So dude, yeah, just make sure you definitely follow me on there too, so you can message me. Like I said, I'll definitely give you my number. So if you ever had any issues, I would love to help you out. It's what I love to do regardless. So it'd be cool to, if you ever had any issues, I can definitely talk you through it, or have to figure it out whatever ways if there was ever any issues. I would love to make sure I could always make sure you were flying. So, but yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna sign off. Tom, dude, you're the man for being on here. Jack, Lance, Scoob, Eric, dude, all you guys coming on here commenting. I think it's really awesome to really be getting to really talk to you guys. Interested in how you keep. Yeah, dude, it was definitely really awesome, Tom. Thank you for the kind words as well, dude. And yeah, dude, I'll do on the next live, we'll talk more about the paint that I use and how I do keep these actually always really clean when I mostly do beach flying. So, Tom, dude, you're the man for being on here. Everybody else, too, I really do appreciate your time. And I'll talk to you guys soon. So I'll get back on Monday. Talk to you guys then, all right? Peace out.